It's not about motivation. Winners need discipline. Wake up and win today. Discipline comes from within.
Boxing King Media in association with FROCH. Delighted to be joined by Shane Mcguigan. Shane, got two fighters on the card, big show. How do you think this event feels now? Does it feel like a big fight night now?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's a great card. There's a lot of good names out there on it. Interesting to see how the main event goes, and obviously interesting to see how my two fighters develop, keep progressing forward and developing as athletes. So, looking forward to Saturday night.
We'll start with Caroline. You know, when I came to your gym a few weeks ago, she name dropped Rhiannon Dixon, and she was kind of hoping that fight could potentially get made. I don't know if she was suggesting it could have been done for this show, but obviously it's not happening now.
Yeah, I don't think that Rhiannon Dixon was ever going to happen this early on. One of our issues was that if we had to box Rhiannon, that we wouldn't be able to box on this one, and we obviously wanted to box on this, but there was talks back and forth, and then I think Rhiannon's obviously decided to go a different way. So maybe that's a fight that can happen down the line, but we're focusing on Caroline DUBOIS' career.
And her opponent, she looks like she's coming here for a fight. She's not coming for a payday.
Yeah, she's 21. Obviously, she's only got one loss, but you know she's had a couple of good wins in her last fights, and that's the thing when they're young and they're Mexican, they kind of go in a bit inexperienced. They might lose a fight, but then they get better very, very quickly. If you look at Lara, who boxed Lee Wood and stuff like that, he had a few losses early on in his career, and people, you know, I remember he first coming over to box Josh Warrington. I think he had a couple of losses on his, and I looked at the boxer and I thought, oh, what's this guy about? And obviously he upset the odds on that night because he just gained a lot of experience throughout his fight. So. Can't really look at a loss. Got to just make sure that she's fully prepared, and that's something she is.
I think the Mexican women have the same sort of thing about them as the Mexican men, though.
Yeah, I think so. I think they're very, very tough. I think genetically got good chins and got good abilities to take a lot of punishment. And I think even if you look at Caroline's last fight, that girl took some phenomenal stick and kept getting up and kept coming forward. I've seen Caroline knock girls like that with those shots out cold in the gym with 16s on, so 14s and 16s. So I think this girl's going to be very tough, and we've just got to make sure we chip away.
Azim has seen his opponent. He didn't seem like he was going all out. What do you make of his workout?
Yeah, I think Enoch Paulson's he's a good fighter. Technically good. He's boxed at a decent level as an amateur. And I think he'll have a solid amount about him. So, for us it's most important. We just got to break him down, got to work behind the jab, got to work his body and head, and make sure we chip away, as I said, and hopefully we get a stoppage.
You've got a lot of young stars in your gym. Before I talk about that, I just want to quickly touch on Craig Richards. We've seen his fight announced. Have you got an opponent?
We're working on one at the moment. Yeah. So but it's been announced February 10th. He's we're looking at a potential fight, and you have to have a win and you have to be active. And I think this is the most important thing. We need to get him a run out. He's going to box a 10-rounder next week, and he's been in great company in the gym, in the sense that he's sparring Chevron Clark, he's sparred Zach Chelly, he's sparred Ben Whittaker, he's sparred plenty of people. So he done it 6 rounds just this morning. So we're just in a little taper phase, and he's in a good place.
I look forward to seeing that announcement. I just want to ask you, because obviously you've got a lot of young stars in your gym, and John Few did an interview yesterday where he had a big go at Carl FROCH, but one of the things he said in that interview, he said after Tyson Fury's gone, there's no stars coming through with that kind of appeal. So I just want to get from your opinion, who is going to be that next breakout star that has Netflix documentaries about him, does massive numbers on interviews, etc.?
I think there's potential for a lot of them. I think genuinely Caroline DUBOIS has got a fascinating story. I think she needs the right platform at some stage to tell her story. And she can also really, really fight. Adam Azim's got a fantastic story. I think he's going to do great things. We need to get him to ship more tickets on the gate and become more of a sort of household name. But that happens in time. Only 21. Caroline's just turned 23. Ben Whittaker's a great star. Dalton Smith's a good personality. He's a good star. You got some good people coming through. and it's not necessarily about how good they can fight, because if you look at someone like Junior Witter, he was a great talent, but he just didn't have the charisma, didn't have the personality, didn't have the platform, and kind of went a bit unnoticed. There's plenty of fighters like that that have been able to win world titles and not get the full recognition. I think the platform, the right TV network behind them, the right journalists paying the right amount of interest and getting the right traction. I think this is all what equates to being a star. So look, Tyson Fury, you can't knock what John's saying. Him and AJ are flying the flag big time. But you can't forget people like Carl Froch did great numbers at the end of his career. Joe Kawasaki did great numbers at the end of his career. Tyson Fury's of that ilk. He's only started to get the traction at the end of his career. So we can't rush the process with any of these young fighters coming through. I think they'll all get their fame at the right time.
I hope so. And obviously a lot of this is going towards all the big events that are going on in Saudi at the moment. If Adam Azim is successful, they've suggested that they'd like to get people like Devin Haney, all them sort of people across. Let's just say hypothetically, Mr. Turki Al Sheikh comes across and says, right, X million, I want Adam Azim to fight Ryan Garcia end of this year. Would you be interested in something like that?
Yeah, definitely. I think, the most important thing is we're on the development of Adam Azim. He's 21, he'll be 22 in July. So, he needs some good acid tests, he needs some good development fights, and in talent-wise, he's there for sure. But we just need the experience. And one thing you can't do is you can't buy experience. You can't fast-track it. But within 12 months, he'll definitely be there knocking on the door. But the 140 division is it's such a fascinating division. You got, as you said, Ryan Garcia, you got Lopez, you got Shakur that's moved up now since obviously retired, but not sure how long that retirement will last. You got Javante that's mixed it. Devin Haney just looked brilliant in his fight up there. So you got Prograis, he's still knocking about. You got loads of names, Liam Paro, people like really good fighters, and I think Brandon Lee. For us, we just need to get ourselves in the mix, and whenever we get to that mix, we're ready to beat all of those guys.
I just want to get your opinion on Dalton Smith's next opponent. Zepeda seems like a big step up. Obviously, his career and Adam's careers are getting constantly compared. Do you think with that opponent, he's kind of like got the big name on his record now?
Yeah, I like Dalton. I really like him. His dad's good. They're doing great things. It's nice to see that relationship, and it's nice to see him get the fights. He's a bit older than Adam, and I think he's 25, 26, so he needs to get his career moving. I mean, boxing guys like Sam Maxwell's not really gonna get much experience for him. Zepeda, on the other hand, is. But Zepeda, I think his best days are definitely behind him. He's a handful for anyone. He's a decent puncher, and I think it will be exciting to see how he deals with that proposition of boxing Jose Zepeda.
And last thing on yourself, you're looking great. You're looking even trimmer. It just reminds me, I can't remember what doll it is, but there's like a famous doll. Is it Ken? Yeah.
You trying to burn me or what?
No, but you're looking incredible. You obviously showed me your six-pack a bit ago. I'm not asking you to get your six-pack out, but okay. Incredible. In fact, go on. Do it again, Shane. Look at that.
Someone's got to have abs around.
That's
it. You know what I mean? Someone's got to have abs in my gym. Do you know what I mean? Adam doesn't have them. I'm joking. No, yeah, I've got a marathon in 2 weeks on Sunday. So it's the first bit of actual competition I've done in a long time. I just ran a half marathon last weekend in sub 121. So yeah, looking forward to it.
Are you doing is any charity sponsorship or anything in that?
Not for this one. No, it's just I wanted to test myself, and I think I'm trying to get into London, but it's very hard to get in. And maybe I'll try and raise some money for that. Challenge myself and just put some time across to making myself a bit of a better athlete rather than sitting there and watching everyone else train.
Well, credit to you, Shane. You're looking great, mate. All the best with your marathon.
Thanks.
Fear. Most people are governed by their habits, their fears, and their opinions of others.